when I was diagnosed, I was working for a computer company, an American company, and I had a very responsible job.
I worked at Marks and Spencer's, and I worked there for 30 years.
I was an office manager.
For about 25 years, I've run a small publishing consultancy in Oxford.
The last few jobs, I had run retail shops in the town where I was living.
I went sick from the airline. I went, as I said, to get myself fixed, I hope, by the doctors, and it ended up with being told that I had early onset dementia, which was a shock.
What I do at work is I get involved in negotiations and so on, and I was losing a bit of control, you know. To be honest, it's a bit of relief to get my diagnosis, because then it explained why I was acting like that.
And I went on to light duties, but after a while couldn't manage those either, and then I had a stroke. But then they said, you've got to go. So I was made redundant.
It was when I was at work. I sat down one evening and I just couldn't put all the figures together or anything like that. It just, I just couldn't think of any of it. I just couldn't follow anything. I couldn't, as if somebody had taken bits out of me and it wasn't coming together.
She was made redundant just over 5 years ago, and diagnosed just over 12 months ago. So looking back, I can see now why the boss was so frustrated. He didn't know, we didn't know, and the diagnosis came too late.
I didn't want to be involved in projects which I didn't feel proud of. And for that reason, I took the radical step of stopping my consultancy work.
Because I was not diagnosed, I'm not sure whether they actually started to feel that I was trying to pull the wool over their eyes and slack a little bit.
Well, everybody's been great, I've got to say. I mean, especially a couple of my work colleagues. They've got in the background, and it was them that sort of negotiated my medical retirement, which was really helpful.
I had another 4 years to go. I wanted to stay in the company, but I realised that it's totally unacceptable to have a chap who's got dementia flying around in airplanes.
We go out every morning somewhere, and we try to have 2 or 3 holidays a year to enjoy our company and to do things together, which we might not be able to do later on in life.
I work for the Oxford Food Bank, and this is a very rewarding way of spending time. I enjoy the people I work with, and I feel as if I'm making a contribution to life in the city.
I like to keep up to date with what's happening within sort of like the young dementia community via social media, or be it one-to-one or within a group. I keep myself busy with my allotment and the garden, and I love creating mosaic, so that's my work. My day is my work. It's just different now.
I started to feel at a loose end, and I thought, well, I ought to do something other than just clean the cars and help tidy up and all the rest of it. So I went to Oxford and volunteered to work for them over the weekend, and they were pleased, and they were quite happy with it. They sort of said, you know, anything we need to know, and I just said, well, yes, I've been diagnosed. They said, well, that's not a problem, is it? And that was that.
We bought a caravan a few years ago, used it a few times a year. Now we're out in it every month. We'll continue to go out on holiday in the caravan as often as we can. So our plan is to enjoy life as much as we possibly can while we still can.
And what we tended to do in life is carry on as normal. We're trying to enjoy everything we're doing. We try to do more, be with each other every day. And that's what I would say to people. Do as much as together as you can, so you get the enjoyment while you can still do these things before anything progresses, because later on you might not be able to do it.
It's very important for them to find enriching, uplifting, inspiring activity. And there are a lot of volunteer organisations out there that can provide that kind of stimulating activity.
All of the activities that you enjoy at the moment, don't give up on them, just keep them going.
Find joy in something. So I like to write poetry, I like to sing, I like to make music. So yes, I think seize the day and pack it all in, cram it in as fast as you can, as much as you can, because you never know when you're not going to have the chance.